as I say, I was a bank manager. And Paul Martin, who's the CEO of the LGBT Foundation, he had an office in the Gay Centre, just off Oxford Road, and he was being employed by Manchester City Council for MESMAC. Now, there was a cafe in the Gay Centre, and they weren't doing terribly well. I was a bit bothered about their finances because it was touch and go whether we could pay the checks. So I went in one day to see what was going on. To be truthful, I don't think it was their fault. The Manchester City Council at that time weren't looking after the premises, and there were buckets all around the room because it was leaking, the roof.
Is this on Sydney Street?
That's the one on Sydney Street, yeah. And it was leaking everywhere, so it wasn't a nice place to go in and have a cup of coffee. So I went in, we sorted them out, or I sorted them out, say we, and they said, would I have a word with Paul Martin, because he was having a bit of problems. So I said yes, I did, and we struck up a rapport. I won't tell you what I did with him, not with his finances. It's up to him to say that. But I did get him, helped him out. Then he formed, because then he was a one-man band with MESMAC. Then he formed Healthy Gay Manchester, which was a bigger organisation. It started off with one room in the northern quarter, right on the top floor, and there was only about 3 or 4. Now, so we started that up, and again they banked with me. Then I was made redundant when I was 54, so that's 20 years ago. And he then said, asked me if I'd join the board of Healthy Gay Manchester. So I joined the board of Healthy Gay Manchester, and I've seen the transition from then to now. I've been there when they merged with Switchboard. So that's one of the things. And then it's just grown and grown and grown. It does much more now than it ever used to do. I know it had a few groups, but its main sphere was free condoms in Manchester, condoms and lube. In fact, I've sat, and in those days we used to do our own. No, didn't make our own, but we used to buy loose condoms, and we used to buy loose lube sachets, and we literally sat in a room packing them into little packets. So it had a lot of volunteers, or a fair number of volunteers, but nowhere near what we've got now. It's incredible now. It does so much more